Morning guys, or welcome guys. Let's start with a block. Okay, so if you catch hold of your block and you're going to place it underneath your shoulder blades and then lie down. So you have your head on the floor and your shoulder blades are on the block. So that should feel nice. Hopefully it feels good. If you haven't got a block, don't worry. Then just lay back. We'll have the knees bent and feet as wide as the mat, knees pressing together there. You can take a moment here, resting your arms up and over the head if that feels okay. So if you have got the block there, maybe the arms up and over the head feels like that's a little bit too much. If you haven't got a block, then maybe that feels quite nice. To see how you feel, you can take a few moments with the arms down by your side, maybe just to ease your way into it slowly. But try and relax here, relax the eyes, relax the face. Just taking a moment to stop before we start. Checking in and tuning in with your body. How is it feeling today? What is it needing today? Again, noticing this nice big space that you've got to breathe. Filling yourself up with the inhale. And emptying yourself with the exhale. If you haven't got a block, you can always use a book. That can work as well. You can also use a cushion maybe. So if you've still got your arms down by the side, maybe you could take them out as if it's like a crucifix, so like a T shape, arms out to the side, and see how that feels. And eventually making your way to the arms up and over the head. But again, if it still feels a little bit tight, then you can stay there. Take one more breath here. Really try and relax your jaw, try and relax your face. If it's comfortable with your arms overhead, you can keep them there or bring them down by your side and then heel toe your feet in towards each other. Gently just lift the hips up so that you've got lots more weight now into those shoulder blades. You can rock from side to side, little massage there of the shoulder blades. The hips don't need to be super high, just enough so you feel the weight there in the shoulder blades. And then you can lower the tailbone back down. And relax for one more breath. So if your arms are over the head, bring them down by your side. We just roll over to take the block away, or the book, or the pillow, and then lift the hips up and we'll slide the block underneath the sacrum. So again, don't worry if you haven't got anything, just lay with your back on the mat. And again, you can have your knees together, feet as wide as the mat, so you're just relaxing. Not holding on to any muscles. See how it feels now to take your arms up and over your head. Is there a bit more space in the shoulders? Deep breath in. And a long breath out. So wherever you are, walk your feet in towards each other. And then just let your right thigh fall in towards your the right side of your belly, of your chest. And we're just holding it there. So let the weight of the leg sink into the right hip. Try and relax all the other muscles as much as you can. Big breath in. As you breathe out, take your right ankle over the top of the left thigh and we'll just let the knee open up. So the hip open up. Again, not holding on to any muscles particularly, just let the leg relax. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath. Bringing the right knee back into your chest. And then you can extend the right leg to the sky and rotate the whole leg outwards and then rotate the whole leg inwards. Okay, so you've got this rotation of the leg within the hip, rotating the right knee outwards, rotating the right leg inwards. And then pointing your toes, lower the right leg all the way down onto the mat nice and straight. You can let the right heel land by the right hand corner of the top of the mat there, and then just let the leg relax. Let the toes melt outwards, let the thigh melt outwards. Take a deep breath in, and a long breath out. So rebending the right leg, put the foot flat onto the floor, and then bring your left knee into your chest. And then you can hold it there. So this can be done with or without the block. Now try and relax the left leg. Try and relax the right leg. Relax your jaw, relax the face. Just let the leg sink into the left hip. Take one more breath here. We'll cross the left ankle over the top of the right thigh. Again, not holding on to any muscles, just be here. How does the leg feel rotating outwards within that hip? Is it a little bit stiff today? Maybe you can feel your day yesterday there in that left hip. I say that because I can. Take one more breath here. And bring the left knee back into your chest. Extend the left leg up to the sky, nice and straight. And then start to see if you can rotate the knee outwards and rotate it inwards. So it's the whole leg rotating. See if you can find that. So there's, in this side, in my leg, for example, it's much harder for me to rotate the leg inwards. So it seems pretty free to rotate outwards. So there's an opportunity there for me to check in with what's happening within my hips. What am I missing within my practice for one side to be so different to the other? And then pointing the left toes, lowering the left leg as long and straight as you can. Landing the left heel at the left hand corner at the top of the mat. And then letting the left toes melt outwards. So just imagine the left hip bone melting outwards, left thigh melting outwards. Again, this is the same if you don't have the block there, so no problem. Breathing in. Breathing in. In rebending the left leg, both feet flat onto the floor for a moment. Push down through both feet and then lift the hips up. And we're going to turn the block onto its higher edge, so one step higher. If you have two blocks, sometimes it feels a bit more stable to layer two blocks on top of each other for this. But otherwise, if you can find where the edge of the block lands on the sacrum, it can be quite comfortable. Take a deep breath in, so the hips slightly lifted there. As you exhale, the weight pouring into the upper back, where we were last. Squeeze the right knee into your chest. Hold it there, try and relax. Relax your belly, relax your hip. Bringing the right ankle over the top of the left thigh, opening up the knee, opening up the hip. Try and relax. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Then extending the right leg to the right hand corner of the mat again. Right toes melting outwards, right hip bone melting outwards. You can imagine the psoas muscle attaches from the top of the leg to just behind your belly button, attached to the spine, either side of the spine. That's getting a nice stretch there. Then rebending the right leg, putting the foot flat onto the floor. Squeeze the left knee into your chest, feeling that compression there within the hip now. Letting the compression start to relax and open. One more breath here. And then cross the left ankle over the top of the right thigh, opening up the knee. Rather opening up the hip. I don't know why I keep saying knee. And take one more breath here. Can you definitely feel the back of your right hip on the or sacrum, the right side of the sacrum on the block here? And then bringing the left knee back into your chest. Extend the left leg to the left hand corner of the mat. Let the toes melt outwards. And imagine your left hip bone melting outwards. Maybe you can feel that. Long breath in. Long breath out. Good. Well done. And then bringing the left knee back in, left foot flat onto the floor. Lifting the hips up and sliding the block away. That's it. If you've got it there, and lower the spine down vertebra by vertebra now. How's that feel to have the whole back of your body onto the mat? Bring both knees into your chest, wrap your arms over the tops of the shins, and then squeeze the thighs in towards the chest, and you can rock from side to side. And now bring your legs so they come to a 90-90 shape. So the knees are on top of the hips and the feet are in line with the knees. Keep everything strong. You can have your hands flat on the floor just to keep your core nice and strong or help. And then draw a big circle with the right knee. So now notice, without the left foot resting on the floor, you've got to focus a little bit more. So focus on the core. Imagine that you're pushing your left foot into a wall. Feel the rotation of the leg within the hip and feel all of the muscles trying to stabilize as you do it. Take the circle the other way. Make it a big circle if you can. And may tune into what you're feeling and where. Where are you having to hold on to? Okay, bringing both knees to meet. Same thing with the other side now. Big circle with the left leg. That right leg staying where it is. Imagine you're pushing your foot into a wall. Core is working hard to stabilize, keep you secure, steady, while you're finding that freedom in the left hip. So and then take the circle the other way. Are you sure you're doing a big enough circle? Last time. Good. Then hug the knees into the chest. You can take the arms out of the way and then let both knees fall to the right side into a little twist. Take a deep breath into this twist. And a long breath out, try and squeeze your left shoulder blade down into the mat. Bring the knees back into the center and we'll let both knees fall to the other side. Both knees falling towards the left. Breathe into the right side. So we'll bring the knees back into the center. Keep your arms out of the way there. Okay, and then keep the knees together and draw a big circle with both knees. So again, the core working hard to stabilize, not using your hands to stabilize. And then taking the circle the other way. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit of fire in your core there. And then the last thing, let the knees open wide away from each other, go around in a circle and back to the center. Again, where are you stabilizing the core to do this? Taking the circles the other way. Good. Good, and then before we move on from here, pressing the feet flat down onto the mat. Let the knees open, soles of the feet together. Push down through both feet, lift the hips up, and then try and lower the tailbone closer towards the heels. And then arms up and over your head, back to the hands on the floor. So I hope you've enjoyed just a little bit of a slower entry into the practice today. Deep breath in. And long breath out. Relax the whole back of the body on the mat. And again, take one more breath in. One more breath out. Or bringing your knees back into the center. Taking the hands behind the thighs. You have been lying down a little while, so be careful. Roll forwards and back a little bit, massaging the back on the floor. Let's make our way into a child's pose. So take the feet behind. You can have your knees together or knees apart, and then reach the arms forwards, forehead down into the mat. So hopefully there's some awareness there in your hips. Something I've been playing with is having the edges of the hands on the floor and the thumbs pointing upwards here. So you can slide those hands forwards as you press them down. See if that brings a little bit more stretch, a little bit more awareness there. When you're ready, pressing the palms flat onto the floor, coming up onto all fours. How does it feel to be on the wrist now? And turn the fingers towards your knees. They might not go all the way around, especially this time, but start to circle the wrists. And go easy, go gentle. And then take the circle the other way. Flipping the fingers back towards the front, turn the back of the right hand over so the fingers go towards the knees. You can tuck your toes under and sit your hips into your heels, and then see if you can bring your hands into a little fist. Yeah, so you might not be able to bring them all the way to a fist. You'll play with it. And then release, and just changing sides, other hand over, and then pushing back, maybe bringing the hands into a little fist. And then release. Take it into your cat-cows, but we'll keep the toes tucked under. So you let your belly sink and lift the head and the chest up. And then round into the back and chin to chest. Can you really push into your toes here? And again, letting the belly sink, lifting the head and the chest up. And pushing the mat away, rounding into the back. Last time, letting the belly sink, push into the toes, lift the chest up. And then rounding into the back, chin to chest. Coming back to neutral. The toes are tucked under, so you can just lift the hips up and back into that down dog. There's a big bend in the legs as you squeeze your heels down one by one. Gradually getting into your downward facing dog, taking your time. Give the head a shake, relax your face. 2 big nice clicks there for me. Push down through your hands. Try and lift your sit bones up to the sky. Deep breath in. Good long breath out. Let your right leg lift to the sky. Bend the knee and open up the hip so you feel that nice stretch there. Bring your right knee into your right wrist. Rest the shin on the floor. Right foot over to the left side. And we come into a little pigeon. Walk the hands back and lift the head and the chest up. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, reach the arms forward so you can come onto the edges of the hands again. Thumbs pointing upwards. Forehead down into the floor, really push down into that left foot. And then walking the hands back underneath the shoulders. Tucking your back toes, let's take the right leg all the way back into your downward facing dog. Wiggle out whatever needs wiggling there. And then take the left leg up to the sky. You can bend the knee and open up the hip. Now you can bring your left knee to your left wrist, left shin on the floor. And slide your back leg away. Awesome, good. You can walk your hands back a little bit. See how that feels in the hips. Good, and then walking the hands forwards. Edges of the hands on the floor, thumbs pointing upwards. Try pushing down to the top of your right foot to squeeze your left hip back. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. So tucking your back toes and then taking the left leg back into down dog. Squeeze the heels down, lift the hips up. Inhale and exhale. Right leg up to the sky, bend the knee and open up the hip. Right knee into nose, right foot inside the right hand, and you can lower the left knee to the floor here. Yeah, so you're going to have the left knee right below the left hip as you come up to standing. So you don't slide that left knee back. Yeah, lift up the arms and then sink the right knee over the right toe. So all should feel okay there. Big breath in, don't go any further if that feels like that's enough. Maybe you can lift your right heel up. Breathe and lean back. I think we played with this yesterday, so you can squeeze the right heel back down. Come back onto your left knee, your back toes are tucked under, and then hinge. Okay, now you could have our hands on the floor or forwards. Now, normally I would say draw your right toes to your face. And now I'm going to suggest if you could try pressing your right toe down into the mat, your big right toe down into the mat. See what happens. Coming back up, rebending into the right leg, take the hands down, lift the back knee, front foot to the back and hips up and back, downward facing dog. Lift the hips up, squeeze the heels down. Left leg up to the sky, you can bend your knee, open up the hip. Left knee into nose, left foot inside the left thumb. Okay, and then directly lower the right knee to the floor there. Come up to standing onto the left leg. And that's it. Lift the arms up. Good, and once you get there, start to push the left knee forwards. That's it, good. How does it feel through the right leg there? Nice job. You could play with lifting the left heel up. See how that goes. Long breath in, lift the chest up. And as you breathe out, lower the heel back down, come back onto your right knee, right toes tucked under. Arms can be on the floor or by the side, and play with having your big left toe pressing down. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Breathe down into the right leg, hands either side, lift the back knee and then front foot to the back. And we'll take the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Long breath in. Long breath out, lift the hips up high. Right leg up to the sky, you can bend the knee and open up that hip. Right knee into nose, right foot inside the hands. So lower the left knee and hover it off the floor this time. Yeah, you've got your hands on the floor, fingertips on the floor. Work on straightening the right leg. Keep the left knee hovering off the floor. Draw your head, chest forwards. Maybe you could walk your hands forwards. How's that feel? Inhale. Exhale, keep squeezing the right hip back. Left knee is hovering off the floor. Good, so let's stand onto the right leg, bringing your left foot next to the right. And we take a halfway lift. And then exhale and fold, heavy head. Relax the back of the neck. Roll your way up. Last thing to come up is the head. Press your palms together and then lift the arms up. Thighs forwards and hips forwards. And then we can exhale, fold and hinge from the hips. Releasing the hands, inhale, take a halfway lift. And then on the breath out, jump your feet back. We'll take it straight up and back into downward facing dog. Press the heels down, lift the hips up. Left leg up to the sky, bend the knee, open up that hip. Left knee into nose, left foot inside the left thumb. So stay here, just lower the right knee, hover it off the floor. Yeah, so it's bent. While you're on your fingertips, you can have your hands on the blocks if you needed to, but we're working on straightening the left leg. Hyperextenders, you're always going to have a little bend in that left leg. Breathing in. As you breathe out, maybe you can reach the hands further forwards. That's it, really relax yourself over that left leg. If you could relax here. One more breath. Yeah, so you're going to stand onto that left leg, pushing off the right leg, taking a halfway lift of left thumb, and then exhale, fold and hinge. Roll your way up. Last thing to come up is the head. Press your palms together, lift the arms up, and then exhale, fold and hinge. Inhale, take a halfway lift. As you exhale, jump it back, step it back. Take it up and back, downward facing dog. Breathing in, lift the hips up. Breathing out, squeeze the heels down. Right leg up to the sky, bend the knee, open up the hip. Right knee into nose, right foot inside the right hand. So we're just going to add on to that. Lowering the left knee to the floor, hover it off the floor, squeeze your right hip back. And maybe this is good for you right here, or you could try walking the hands forwards again. How about this? Walk your hands back, have your thumbs forwards, your fingertips pushing into the floor. Yeah, and this is enough here. Draw your chest forwards. Or could you bring your left heel into your bum and lower it back down? Yes. And again, left heel into bum. Lower it back down. Don't worry if it doesn't lift, just play with it. Last time, left heel into bum. Lower back down. Now this is an added extra, hang tight. Left heel into bum, extend the left leg away, and then bring it back in and lower it down. How's that feel? Give it a go. One more. Left heel into bum, extend the leg away, bring it back, lower down. Let it go, and then bring your left foot next to the right. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Roll your way up. Last thing to come up is the head. Press your palms together, thighs forwards and hips forwards, look up. And then exhale, fold and hinge. Inhale, take the halfway lift. As you exhale, you can jump it back. We're going to take it straight back into downward dog. Lift the hips up, squeeze the heels down. So left leg up to the sky, bend the knee and open up the hip. Just getting into this side now. Left knee into nose, left foot inside the left hand. Okay, so bend the right leg where it is. Press into the back toes. So play with this. You could walk the hands forward, fold over the leg. You could have your hands on the block, squeezing the left hip back, or take your fingers to face away, your thumbs facing forwards. Push into the fingertips. Then try and squeeze your right heel into your bum and place it back down. Yeah, play with it. 2 more. Squeeze the right heel to the bum. Might not happen, it's okay. Lower it back down. If it's not happening, you're stretching. Okay, last time. Squeeze the heel into the bum. Lower it back down. So bonus round. Squeeze the heel into the bum. Extend the leg away straight. Bring the leg back in. And lower it back down. Yes, try that bonus round one more time. Knee in. Extend away. Bring it back in. And lower it down. Well done. So you stand onto your left leg. Let it go. Take a halfway lift. Exhale, fold, heavy head. Relax, roll your way up. Last thing to come up is the head. Press your palms together, reach up. Exhale, fold, hinge from the hips. Inhale, take a halfway lift. And as you exhale, jump it back, step it back. But you're going to lower all the way down onto the mat now. Once you are there, you can rest your head on your hands and give your hips a little move from side to side. Bring your elbows underneath your shoulders, your palms flat onto the floor. Imagine the elbows are dragging back towards your hips. Push down to your pubic bone, push down to the legs, lift the head and chest up. Long breath in. Long breath out, so you keep lifting the head and the chest up. Yeah. Nice, you can stay here or press the palms into the floor to lift the elbows up and lift the chest up. Yes, let's see how that feels. Good, and then slowly lower the elbows back down. Now, keep the left elbow where it is. You're going to squeeze your right heel into your bum. Bring your left hand in where your right elbow is. So you've got that there to support you. And then take your right hand back. Catch hold of the right top of the foot. I'm going to do it with my left so you can see. Draw it in. So if you have got a bit more space, you could take the heel outside of the hip. Otherwise, the heel into the glute is good. Good. Maybe you're reaching for the foot. That's it. Or maybe you're managing to squeeze the heel into your bum. Can you lift the knee up if you feel like there's more space there? Good. And then release. We're changing sides. So bringing the other arm in front, squeezing the left heel into the bum, reaching back, going over the top of the foot, so the fingers over the top of the foot, pressing the heel outside of the hip or the heel into the glute, into your bum. Draw your shoulders back, inhale. Maybe you can lift the knee up as you push down through the pubic bone. And then release. Good. Rest your belly down, your chest down, your head down, and give the hips a little move. I'm going to squeeze both heels into your bum. That's it. Yes. And then reach back with both hands. Now don't catch hold of the feet. Keep drawing your shoulders back. Can you lift your feet up? Can you reach your hands back? Breathe in. And then breathing out, firing up the back of the body. One more breath. Try and lift the knees up higher. Just try and reach the hands back further. And then release. Okay, so bring the hands underneath your shoulders so you can let your hips move from side to side here. We'll do it one more time, but this time catch hold of the feet. Okay, so you can squeeze your heels into your bum. Take your hands to the fronts of the feet, open up the knees, and then push the feet away as you lift the chest up. That's it. You can have a little rock from side to side, or forwards and back rather. And then release. Hands underneath the shoulders. You can push your hips back into your heels, into your child's pose. Let's have a wide leg child's pose there. Big toes touching, knees open wide, relax in between the legs. Big breath in. And long breath out. We take one sun salutation just to flow a little before we settle. Coming on to all fours. Bringing the knees underneath the hips. Tucking the toes, lifting the hips up. Looking in between the hands, bend the knees, jump or step your feet inside the hands. Once you get there, take a halfway lift. As you exhale, fold forwards, relax your head. Coming up to standing, reaching the arms up. As you exhale, fold forwards and hinge from the hips. Inhale, take a halfway lift. As you exhale, jump it back, step it back, plank. Take your vinyasa, elbows brushed by the rib cage. Over, up, dog. And we take it up and back into downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out, hips up, heels down. Coming back onto all fours, puppy pose. Walk the hands to the corners of the mat. Let the chest, the chin fall towards the floor. And once you're in your puppy pose, think about drawing your tailbone to your feet. Does that make sense? Yes, tailbone towards your feet. Take one more breath here. And then release. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, round into the back, chin to chest. Really spread the shoulders. Coming back to neutral, cross the feet at the ankles. Yeah. And then send the hips back. Roll the feet forwards. Hopefully that feels okay. Soles of the feet together, knees open. Catch hold of the toes. Inhale, lift up tall. Exhale, fold over the legs. Oh. Breathing in. Breathing out. Yes, maybe you can feel the heat of the day. Maybe you can feel the heat of the night. Lots of people complaining about not getting a good night's sleep because of the heat at the moment. Okay, so hopefully a little slower based class with a few little challenges has been nice. We'll walk the hands over towards the right hand side, reach through the left side. And then walking the hands over to the other side, reach through the right side. Find that little bit of space there. And then walking the hands back to the center. Roll your way up. And bring the legs up together. Extend them out in front. Push down through the fingertips. Lift up tall and then fold over the legs. Breath in. And then breath out as you fold forwards. Yeah, hopefully that feels quite nice after all the work that you've done. Take one more breath. Ooh, slowly roll your way back up. Well done. Okay, so just walk your way closer to the edge of the mat, to the bottom edge of the mat. And then just before we settle, come cross-legged. So one foot in front of the other. Rest your hands on your knees. Let your eyes close down. And now practice this. So roll the edges of the tongue up so that you create a tube with your tongue. And the tube of the tongue is just poking out of the mouth. And then take a few moments just to breathe in and out through that tube. Slowly cooling breath. Some people aren't physically able to turn the edges of the tongue up, so you could breathe through your teeth. If you find yourself overheating throughout the day today or at any time, maybe during your practice, this is a good breathing practice to do to help cool you down. It's cooling you down, slowing you down. As you feel ready, you could bring your knees up together and lay yourself down onto the mat. Remembering you've got that breathing practice now to use throughout the day as you need. Just linking in the beginning of the class, we'll bring your right knee into your chest and then cross the right ankle over the top of the left thigh. And we'll go a little bit deeper now, squeeze the left thigh into your belly, take your hands around the left leg, and then try and draw the left thigh closer to the chest with the right elbow, keeping that right knee open. Take a breath here. Releasing the hands, keep the legs where they are, just lower the whole figure four to the left side. So the sole of the right foot lands on the floor. The outer left leg lands on the floor. And then use your right hand to try and push your right knee away. I use my left hand to press my right foot down. Breathe into the whole outer side of your leg. And release, come back to the center, lower the left foot down onto the mat, right foot down. All right, squeeze the left knee into your chest, that should feel like a familiar place. Left ankle over the top of the right thigh, and then squeeze the right thigh into your belly, hands around the leg, left elbow into the left knee. Breathing in. And breathing in. So keeping the figure of four shape, lower your the whole figure of four shape to the right side. Sole of the left foot on the floor. Right hand over the top of the left foot and left hand pushing the left knee away. Breathe into the outer left thigh. Or the IT band down. And then bring the whole figure four back to the center. Lower the right foot onto the floor, left foot onto the mat. Push down through both feet. Lift the hips up into your bridge pose. If you feel like you could get into a wheel today, go for it. Otherwise, you could interlace the fingers, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then push the hips up towards the sky. Long breath in. Welcome to do the wheel if you like. Long breath out. And then releasing the hands, lower the spine down. Just take your feet to the corners of the mat. You are welcome to finish your practice another way if you like. Let your toes melt outwards towards the side. You can have your arms up and over your head. You can suck in the air through the straw, the tube that you make with your mouth. See if that feels a little bit cooler. Relax your eyes, relax your face. Just take this moment, whatever you need now. Since it is going to be such a hot day ahead for us, maybe this is where you could set your intention to slow it down. Be more Mediterranean today. Think mañana, mañana. Find things that are on the to-do list that maybe could wait for another time. How can you look after yourself? Whether you're doing this and it's a hot day or not. Rather than fighting the environment that you're in, how can you work with it? Of course, you can be here as long as you have got. As long as you can take. We'll start to, though, if you need to move your fingers and move your toes. Breathe a little bit deeper. Extend your arms above the head, do a nice full body stretch. And in your own time, rolling over onto the right hand side into a fetal shape. Once you are there, keeping your eyes closed, come up to seated and face the front. Bring your palms together, thumbs into the chest bone in gratitude to the practice and in gratitude to you guys being there with me today. Wishing you a beautiful rest of the day. Namaste. Let me know if I can help with anything at all. Hope to see you soon. Have a great day. Thank you so much.